I was curious, Sandy. Thank you.
All right, let's go. I'll accompany you there. Are you ready to see her again?
Yeah. Been ready.
I set up these grapple shortcuts. Nice, huh? Don't tell your sister, though. I sort of borrowed the hooks from the expedition. Come on, Gustav, speed up a bit. Sophie will have already gamaged by the time you've arrived.
My head.
Can't believe Sophie already turned 33. She looks so much younger than you.
Thanks.
She's popular. I'm sure she already has a necklace full of flowers.
What?
You look
Yeah.
I know what you...
No.
Come on. And...
All right.
Yes!
Yeah.
Pretty slow fight.
The plaza is lively. Why people like to celebrate the gommage is still a mystery to me, but...
For some reason, sometimes the first shot I go to take, the input just gets eaten. I think it's the first shot you do in the run.
You and Sophie broke up so long ago.
So I wonder if there's something I could do to prevent that.
Why'd you wait until today to say something?
I wouldn't say it's consistent, but I've noticed it happening a lot, especially on that first fight. Because unfortunately, you do have to do a little bit of chip damage. One attack plus a counter does a little bit less than half to Mael. And so 2 attacks plus 2 counters will not actually outright kill. So you do a couple of shots there. You need 20-ish damage. So a headshot plus a body shot is good.
We're all fine. Mostly.
I'm not fine.
You will be. Oh, Luna's playing. You two would make a cute couple. Sometimes I feel sorry for her.
Who? The paintress?
Look at her. She looks sad. Maybe she's a prisoner too. Stuck in the sea. I've always loved the harbor.
Let's at least check on Mael and my apprentices.
Gustav, we got something for you.
So I had the worst thought earlier today that I still might try to figure out if I can do.
I can do.
I promise.
Adrian?
I'll use it.
I should check on Mael. She's
But
probably
I had the
alone,
idea
as usual.
that as a last hurrah before ZA comes out, I should do an Indigo Disc
I
run,
know the rest of us. You don't need to.
like the 9-hour one.
If anyone...
So
No, I don't.
Emma think.
Lumia. Besides,
Right.
sure.
Doubly love.
All right,
Oh man.
you're this time.
The problem is I have 0 idea when I would do it.
Our beloved.
Don't get...
My darling sister has a.
Like today would be the best day to do it. in terms of my schedule, personal schedule.
Chief, what?
This is.
I've heard you.
You and I.
Should put that.
Okay, so the problem with me doing any long run is I am doing
You mean
all
I
achievements
do, anyway.
at a marathon on Sunday next week. So Sunday would be out because it's like a 5-hour run and it's going to start at noon, I think. Yes. If people know, one of my mods, Sionius, put together the RPG Speedrunner Union. Just like a small group of RPG runners and stuff. And so they're doing a marathon next week, showing off a bunch of stuff. And I'll be doing Expedition 33 all achievements. But yeah, so that eliminates Sunday. And then it would leave Saturday open, but realistically, Saturday I should do an all achievements run in preparation for Sunday. So, I don't know. We'll see. But that is a thought I had. Because I never did an Indigo Disc run. I had plans to route it and stuff. And I never had the motivation to... Like, the problem with routing that category for me was I wanted a save file I could, like, mess with. But that would involve actually playing through Scarlet and Violet to have a post-game save file. And I just did not want to do that with, like, the sole intent of creating a save file. I don't know how TPAT does it when it comes to, like, doing those Indigo Disc single story runs that he's done for, like, hotfix and whatnot. Yeah, I'd like to do something Pokemon. Something quote-unquote big Pokemon before ZA comes out. I just don't know exactly what. Maybe it could just be as simple as doing a Scarlet Violet any % run. Why did I jump there? That was the dumbest thing.
Well, that will help.
Don't fight this guy, don't fight this guy.
Is that a house?
Looks abandoned. The indigo tree is not too far from here. If anyone else made it, they'll regroup there.
That's the other thing, is I'm gonna have to figure out
Here we are.
when...
Yeah.
If I make it past the next round of the Donk tournament, like when the hell am I gonna
Indigo tree's
schedule
over there.
my round after? Because, like, from the 16th onward, I'm going to want to solely do ZA, most likely.
I'll do it.
Dude, the amount of targeting Lune these guys do is kind of wild. There we go. You need at least one target into Gustav there. Otherwise, he doesn't have enough AP to do
Something's
that.
disrupting the chroma around
So
here.
otherwise, you have to skip Gustav's turn
careful.
and then shoot with Lune.
Someone came here before and set up these handholds.
Probably Expedition 69. The Climbers Expedition.
Let us thank them for that.
I really wonder how long ZA is going to be.
Expedition 80.
This is also like the most in the dark I've been for a Pokemon release in a while. Like I know almost nothing.
Flares.
I haven't kept up with all the trailers and stuff.
Hurry!
I know like nothing.
Nice.
The battle system is new, yes. I do know that. I know that there are Noble-esque Pokemon.
I'll do it.
Get ready.
Brace yourself.
Get ready.
The UI did something funny there. It was kind of fun.
Get ready.
Feel the burn.
Great AP generation this run.
A storm is coming.
For those who come off.
Nice.
Must.
So yeah, that crit there is necessary to get the fastest version of the fight. Basically, the whole gimmick with Yvek is if it gets knocked down to like 30-ish% health,
So,
it gains
message
8
said head
shields,
north
and
to
then
the weird corals.
And a door.
every time you don't counter, it'll begin charging up, and if it charges up twice, then its next attack is like this unleash attack. So it's basically a swing of like 45 seconds to a minute if you do or don't get that crit. Which the nice thing is, like, for no reset purposes, like, you can get through the fight every time. It's just a matter of, for PB attempts, you kind of need to get that crit. And that crit basically exists in every category. Some form of that crit. The old way of doing that fight on story didn't involve a crit, but would involve a few more turns. I literally said last run I'm getting better at this, and then here we are. It's basically a couple extra turns, and what makes it a lot slower, it's like 30 seconds slower than this version, is the
between us and
Abbists
my end.
get an attack. Like, every time. It's not, oh, if I don't kill, the Abbists get an attack. No, the Abbists always get an attack in that version. So, ends up being a lot slower. And you have to, it's like also a lot more complicated in that you have to like track your damage and stop countering once you've done too much. But like, you have to do like a
Slow
window
down.
of damage.
You don't know what's inside yet.
It's a whole thing.
did you find me?
There was a message at the indigo tree.
Do you know who left it?
Oh my... Come on. I need to scroll up there. The menu wraps, and I always forget it does.
Get. All right.
Alright, that menu section was a little scuffed, but it's fine.
Take cover!
Would that crit?
Take him down.
There's a chance?
Precise. Strike.
No, not quite.
Parry it. That was. You if.
Alright, so no menus or anything until Go Blue. Go Blue is going to be similar to Avec, where we need a crit on a specific turn. But the nice thing about this fight is that there are
He's
2
dead now,
turns
Who could have done this?
that we want a specific crit.
Yes.
So you didn't just manage
And
to guess we found
either one will
68's
work.
boat.
One of them is faster,
There's a
but they
path
both
through
are
the boat.
fine.
That anchor doesn't look man-made.
And each crit, because it's boosted by critical burn, each crit is like 45-ish
Forging
percent.
something. So
I
they
don't
have
remember the exact
intelligence.
number. It's close to 50-50, I'll say. It's close enough that I just consider it mentally as a coin flip.
So many. I don't like this.
But I'll likely lose a little bit of time on this split, even if I get the
This one
crits,
is
just
gigantic.
because
Avoid those at all costs.
I stuffed up that menu. Oh, I need to open another tab. I have a different version of Lampmaster I've been doing. Is this it? Yes. Okay.
Get ready.
I have to dodge this. It's possible to do too much damage early. And because Mael is in Virtuose, she would do too much. Hi, T-Pat. Alright, got the first useful crit.
For those who come after.
Alright, we should get Gro's Flowers here. You can skip your turn. Good. This dice tower is unhinged. Oh man. T-Pat, can you tell me why the high today is 83? Also, how did the, T-Pat, how did the thing go yesterday?
Surprised to find you here.
I hope we can trust him.
I keep wanting to say rental rando. It's not what it is. Research rando.
Well, at least we can upgrade our pictos.
Did Noko tell you anything more about the village, other than red trees everywhere?
You got destroyed?
Noko's not
As long as you
great
had fun.
with
That's what matters.
We'll just have to think like Gestrels then.
All right, next fight here, pretty standard in terms of the strategy. It's just the burn, swift stride, mark, Percy. We have enough damage that we don't have to worry about countering anything except for the slamming shield attack. Because if you don't counter that, he raises his shield, and the next time you hit him, he will counterattack you. So, but this we can dodge. So we don't need the damage. And it's generally faster to dodge moves than to counter them. So we burn. We skip. Swift stride. Dodge, dodge, jump hit, and dodge.
Let the ink flow.
Bang. Kablamo.
Please survive.
Saka Patate, or Saka Patat, I think, is how they say it in the game. I don't think there's a te at the end. It's basically sack of potatoes, is how you can think of it.
These things are fascinating.
How do they even stand? Ugh, this place is confusing.
They built it to make their village harder to find.
Yeah, that one there is the robust Saka Patat, and then this is the ultimate Saka Patat up here. Alright, this is another fight where a crit on a specific turn is like 20 to 30 seconds faster. The issue with this one is depending on the targeting that we get, he may not be burning. And if he's not burning, that means we don't get the boosted crit rate. So instead of it being close to 50%, it's like 25% to crit. His next attack has to go to Lune in order for me to have the burn buff.
On me.
Nope. So we still could crit, but we have to go for the raw, like, 25%. Because he's going to lose his burn here on this attack. So crit here. Oh, we got it. I wasn't expecting that because, like I said, that's like a raw 25% crit. That's sick. Okay. And it would be really nice if that was it for, like, stressful RNG in the beginning of this run. It is it for stressful RNG for a little bit, but Lampmaster is going to be the true final boss of stupid RNG in this run. Which there's another fight after. There's another, like, 2 fights after that also have stupid RNG to them, but
It's really a village of gestures.
it becomes way less of a problem.
They seem better at surviving than humans.
I guess intelligence is not a prerequisite. It
Dude, I love
We need to
taking percentages and stuff in video games and equating them to, like, missing a move in Pokemon.
why?
Like, something is 20%. I'm like, that's like missing a Hydro Pump. I feel like that happens all the time.
The straight. Lead the way.
Was it for survival on the continent?
Alright, so one of the recent route changes involved getting Mael's weapon up to level 4 as opposed to level 3 here. And essentially what that does is that makes all of these fights consistent and not require any crits. Before, you needed at least 1 crit of the 3 hits you do in order to KO on this parry, as opposed to on, like, a poke after the fact.
Let's dance. I'm ready.
So all these I got a crit, so it wouldn't matter, but...
Let's dance. Ready
Marking
to
card.
go.
Easy.
On guard.
And then she still dies to the burn tick. Blech.
The po-
Thank you.
Chestro.
Thanks.
Alright, what am I doing here? I need to remove Lune, add CL, add Breaker to CL, and add Metalum to Mail. Easy. Good.
Feeling better?
Yeah.
We can debrief along the way. Let's head east to Eskier's nest.
I'm just praying Lampmaster goes well. It's such a crap fight. My Lampmaster went decent. I still lose time to the former record. So I don't know what specifically... I mean, alright. I do know one thing that went wrong on that split last night, which is I So I try to take some like tight movement when I'm going back from Francois to Esquier. And I accidentally fell in the water. So I had to run all the way around to get out. Probably wasted like 10 seconds.
Interesting decor.
Esquier is said to feed on light.
Are you okay, Maya?
I don't know. Getting a bit of...
But my Lampmaster fight overall was pretty lucky.
Feels a little...
The big thing for Lampmaster is counters. Mael just unfortunately does so much more damage than Gustav or CL do. And so, like, if you just don't get Mael counters, you're just wasting time. And there's really not much you can do about it to mitigate it. So I think I'll take this regardless. Because like I said, I would like a live streamed run.
The more information we get, the more questions I have.
But I also do have a decent-ish
Okay,
buffer of like 26 seconds, so...
Esquier is surprising.
Hopefully I don't lose all of it, but if I do lose a bit of time, it isn't going to be too bad.
Guard up!
Okay,
All the...
take it. But no.
But...
Scram!
Alright, flag. Oh, I did this last time. Okay, it's this. I should change the order and not do CL second. I should reverse that order. Do CL third and Mael second. It makes more sense menuing wise,
Created them too.
If not,
and it will prevent that
who
from
else?
happening again.
Maybe they came from another world.
Yeah, here I fell into the water on the right, so I'm gonna take this a bit safer. And then we're gonna go back and get Energizing Start 3. If you watch any of the top-end PC runs, you'll see people grab this actually before, like on the Francois split, by doing some inbounds parkour movement, which overall is faster, because what you can do is, instead of running back here, you can actually run to the flag by Francois and then fast travel. However, on console, it is almost just identical because there's no loader mover, meaning the time it takes to fast travel just is longer. And so instead of needing to save like 18 seconds, or instead of fast traveling saving like 18 seconds, it only saves like 12 or 13 because of the timer that's still going. And so you have to be a lot more precise with your jumps, to the point where it's probably, unless you get it first try every single time, it's just not worth it.
Nice.
And it is actually, of all of the funky parkour inbounds movement that we do, it is definitely the hardest of the bunch. Okay. Go ahead and upgrade the Metallum to 6. It's only 1 level, but it is worthwhile to do. Old route used to go to 7, but we just don't have the resources for it. Close, though. If we had any shop, we would certainly buy a polished chroma catalyst. But there's no reason to take any extra shops early. So this category, we do grab the Delaram. Delaram is in one of those paint cages. My free aiming on controller is not very good, so it is like the only... Well, I actually do a lot of my free aim shots with the mouse, but I will actually be doing full-on mouse and keyboard for grabbing the Delaram, which is kind of funny. One of the main benefits of doing both controller and keyboard is on PC, you can like alternate between mashing F and X on the controller during dialogue, but that doesn't work on console for some reason. Alright, so... Bang. Bang. Bang.
We can use that.
That was definitely one of my better Delaram sections. Alright. So now 2 Picto pickups. Here we've got First Strike, and then we've got SOS Power. SOS Power involves some of that funky inbounds parkour type movement. Kind of like that, but a lot more dangerous because there's an enemy that's like running at you. So
We can use that.
I'm pretty hit or miss on it. I'm like, I guess 75%, I would say. So hopefully we get it. If I start to have trouble, I can shoot the enemy to make him be stunned and not run into me right away.
A shrine to the paintress.
The paintress destroyed our world.
Alright, here we
Someone
go.
built her a shrine.
The weak-minded turn to whatever they can to explain the unknown.
When you're at the mercy of a power you don't understand, you won't try anything.
Alright. I couldn't get that second jump for some reason, so... Alright. Gustav, Delaram. Energizing... Nope. Energizing start 1. SOS power. You want First Strike and Augmented First Strike. And then you want Energizing start 3. You want this and this. And you want this.
Useful.
Alright, not the best SOS power. That has happened like 3 times though in the last week, where like I'll mess up the beginning of SOS power, and like I'm like, for some reason I just cannot get onto the geometry, and then I'll shoot the guy to prevent him from running into me, and then immediately I'll get it first try after that. It's almost like the act of shooting the guy
Looks like a farm.
makes it
Like old
more
times.
more doable, which isn't true, but it's kind of what it feels like. But it's just one of those tricky sections. It feels like no matter how much I practice it, I'll practice it and get it like 10 times in a row, but I still won't necessarily feel or be consistent at it. But something similar happened last night, so I definitely didn't lose time because of that. I'm just not going to save time by nailing it. Which does unfortunately mean I want a really good Lampmaster here. Okay. So the big issue with Lampmaster is on current patch, which all console runs will be on current patch. The attack that Phase 1 does after every normal attack. So there's... Lampmaster will always do an attack, and then he'll always fire each of the lamps at the party. That throwing lamps at the party attack is not counterable on current patch. Meaning you're missing an extra counter. And so given the goal here is to get Mael to counter as many things as possible, because she is just the main damage dealer, it means you lose like chances for big counter damage. But we'll see how it goes.
Let me help.
This attack into Mael would have been sick.
Get ready. I guess it's...
So ideally, Mael goes first here, and that did not happen, so... This will be fine. It will be slower than my PB, but... Alright. Gustav, we're just going to attack. You're going to go back to Virtuo's stance. Oh, he's not burning. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Yeah, this... unfortunate. I'll keep going, but this is pretty tragic.
I guess it's...
Some of that was definitely on me. I forget that the burn goes away on the phase transition.
We've done nothing to you. We should be on the same side.
Because the reason I forget it is because when you go into phase 2, it starts with like Lampmaster takes burn damage or something. He doesn't actually take damage, but the like text is there and everything.
Something's going on up there. Escape! Get us up there!
But this is fine. We can definitely still PB from here. This is by no means a... dead run. It could have been like a 42 Act 1 though, so that's unfortunate. Alright, no need to flag our menu before we get to Forgotten Battlefield, which is nice. I still need the mouse, but I no longer need the keyboard, so I'm gonna get rid of that.
Head for the monolith, through the quarry to the north.
Just get wet.
Alright, another side effect of having metal on 6 instead of 7 is I do have to parry the first attack here.
Everyone okay?
Good.
Any other tricks we should know?
One thing at a time.
Remove Lune, remove Mael. We no longer grab the polished chroma catalyst here, which is pretty nice. It's like not that far out of the way. It's that item up there on the
Expeditions?
rafters. Not that far out of the way, but it's
most of them.
nice to just be able to take a direct line
I've only seen
while
it once.
dodging enemies,
Many
of
years ago,
course.
so most likely not.
So it's actually anything but direct line. Okay. I always take that enemy a little bit wider than you have to. Oh, come on, I landed on that. Alright, remove Lune, remove Mael. Mael gets at death's door on 2. And Verso wants Inverted Affinity and First Strike. Okay.
Looks like we passed the danger zone.
And no sign of your special Nevron.
Oh, I guess we're lucky.
And Inverted Affinity is in 1. Yeah.
What is the...
You want that. Very good menu. And then I do some slightly suboptimal move placement with Verso, but it's just to keep it in line with Expert. So that way I only need one form of muscle memory.
Bring it on.
Alright. Good. Alright, I was a little bit worried that wasn't going to do enough.
Bring it on.
Good stuff. Very good stuff. Alright. Pretty straightforward standard fight there. We don't do one of the jump counters because so Duelist has a half health bar trigger where he'll cast inverted on the party. Extra little cutscene, it's not super long, but if we can avoid that, we want to. And so we avoid that by not doing some damage there. If you don't crit any of your attacks, if you don't, or not attacks, any of the counters, so the 2 jumps and the counter at the end, if you don't crit any of them, then you don't trigger it. but your crit rate is high enough that it's actually worth playing around the crit and not dodging. I was watching the record actually record on PC. Does both jump counters but skips the actual counter at the end of the attack, which would be faster. But the one time I tried it, I didn't have enough damage overall. So it might be a situational thing where it's like depending on how many... Because the other thing that's happening during that fight is Verso is... his perfection meter is going up. So it could be a case of like, oh, if you got enough combo attacks to where his perfection meter is at S rank sooner, then you can do it. But if you get like the faster attacks that are less hits overall, which means less perfection, then you can't do it. Could be something like that. Okay, some more weapon upgrades. We're going to upgrade both Verso's weapon and Male's weapon. And you'll see I was 2 polished chroma catalysts short there, which means even grabbing the other one wouldn't have helped.
How far to Minoko Station?
With SGA? Oh, should be quick. Minoko Station is to the north, not far from here.
So Minoko and to some extent Stalek are going to be solo Verso affairs as well. Stalek, we do have a full party, but Verso's the one who actually goes. And that full party is for experience purposes as well as learning Lumina. Because for Lumina to be learned,
Lead us to Minoko.
you need to win 4 fights with it equipped.
Gustav would have liked to see that.
Is it true before the fracture, Lumiere had trains running throughout the continent?
Always running late, but here we are. Minoko Station.
Is that a Grundis? I knew it.
Oh, come on.
They're real too.
Yeah, these strategies with solo Verso are pretty interesting because basically what we're doing is the Delaram starts us at B rank for perfection, which is pretty high. You normally start at D. At the cost of putting you at half health. And then Defiant Strike takes 30% of your health.
Let's carve apart.
So we're getting down to 20% health on turn 2. And what that does is Berserk Slash is actually a more powerful move if you're at lower health. So.
Let's carve apart.
Come on. I needed a single crit there. Yeah, those extra shots there are not necessarily for damage. It's to build my perfection up a bit more. So yeah, we're going to add CL and Mael back to the party, but like I said, it's for experience and Lumina purposes, not because they're actually needed. This is a tutorial fight for gradient attacks.
Verso, why aren't you using gradient attacks?
Best music? Yeah, the Minoko music is really, really good.
Sitting on his lazy ass.
It's so unlike anything else in the game. Well, I mean, it's like a lot of the gestural music in general, but...
I shall generously. I think I'll improvise.
Eyes up.
as slow as possible, dude. I did get a recoat. Okay. So in this run, we need 2 recoats. We don't need them until the final Lumiere section, so it's not... Like, in Expert, we need the first recoat actually before Stalix, so... well, there's a backup, but that is the optimal place to use it. For us, we just need 2 before the end of the game. But there are backups if you get exactly 0. But recoats are one of the only RNG drops in the run, so... Alright, Lune.
Welcome, my friends, to old
She wants this, she wants this, she wants this.
Yeah.
We're going to reset the game because there's a conversation happening, which means we can't actually access our flag. She wants this, he wants this, she wants this. All right, I'm going up against maybe not a perfect split, but a perfect Renoir fight itself. So unless I get the same luck on that fight, I will expect to lose a little bit of time.
Friends, I beg your forgiveness for
Essentially, the way the
landing us
fight
in this
worked
quagmire.
was turn 1, I knocked him down below half health, which meant he didn't attack, he instead summoned his little petals, and then he died on the burn ticks before his second attack. So I didn't get a single actual attack against me, which is faster,
mysteries.
but it does involve getting some pretty lucky crits,
So much to study here.
so certainly not going to expect that.
Minoko, what was life like before the fracture?
The world was smaller and cozier, livelier. There were many more of us Gestrels back then. The fracture tore our villages apart. Only a
I hear that our cat has emerged from the fort that she is in.
Our forests are filled with Gestrels awaiting rebirth.
Oh my god, please.
Speaking of home, where do you live in Lumiere?
Above a bakery near the center. Angelique's Boulangerie. I ate there every morning. I wonder if it's still
Where's the Chevalier?
It's called Mathilde.
Actually came really far out.
there. I never said there was treasure.
I... It ate my R2 input, so I didn't go over to Defiant Strike.
I need to find Lune and Ciel quickly.
Alright, we have to grab Auto Rush here.
Perfect.
Okay. What am I... Why was that a roll? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, Auto Rush in slot 3, or slot 1 rather, and then Inverted Affinity as Illumina.
This mana's intact. Why does it feel so familiar?
Aye? Good. Alright. Essentially tied the actual Renoir fight from my PB. So I actually overall executed better than PB, but the eaten input lost me a bit of time. That. 1, 2. All right. Visage, Visage, Visage. So Visage is probably the last fight with, like, quote-unquote major RNG implications. In terms of amount of time things can take. The Mask Keeper himself never gets a turn, but the Visage enemy will get 2 turns. The first turn is always the same. It is always the Determination Mask, and then the second turn will be one of 3 masks. It'll either be the Peaceful Mask, something like that, the Anxiety Mask, or the Doubt Mask. Anxiety and Peace are both pretty quick, roughly comparable to each other. The Doubt Mask takes considerably longer as like an attack animation. So we do not want to see that. I believe I am going up against a gold split here, so I did get the Peaceful Mask last night.
These masks.
All right, big menu.
Ominous.
Let's see, party management, and then male CL, and then male Verso. I'll do it up at the top. So remove Lune, add CL, and then Verso Mael. I'm not going to be able to memorize this whole menu before.
Monoko, what does that mean? He who guards truth with lies.
Exactly what it sounds like.
Guard as in protect?
Please.
Or guard as in control?
Yes.
You want auto rush. You want that. You want inverted affinity and first strike. You want this and this. You want this. Okay. That was fine. Wasn't great, but there's one of these inputs. So all these menus, I have inputs listed as well. There is one that is wrong. So we can tell what mask we get by the color of the eyes. Green is anxiety, blue is peace, and orange is doubt. And we got the orange. Of course we got orange. Always get orange. I do think I can skip the counter here. I'm gonna play it safe and just do it. Yeah, I did enough damage earlier.
Looking good.
Ready.
Good. Alright, so I golded that even with Doubt Mask, which is kind of wild. Honestly pretty shocking, so. Oh, very nice, Crown. I'm glad to hear it. I still want to try to do, maybe not like a parry only Simon, but I want to do like a more traditional Simon at some point without Stendhal. I know that there are plenty of other one-shot builds that you can do, but the point would be to not one-shot and do the fight kind of like in a traditional sense. But the big thing is so before GDQ, which was back in June,
It's beautiful.
July? It was over July 4th weekend. Before that, I was doing an expert playthrough that I was doing like literally everything. I had maps open, so that way I was grabbing every single item, doing every area. As soon as an area was listed as like not danger, I was doing it. Stuff like that. And I made it to Act 3 right before GDQ, and I have not picked it back up again since then. Which is a bit unfortunate, but I'd like to get back to it at some point, but I've been so focused on the speedruns of the game. And especially like with me doing all achievements, like I haven't experienced everything in the game. I know there's plenty of stuff
This dance feels familiar.
that I haven't done, but like
This is kind of dancing towards a new year.
doing all achievements kind of made me
Never seen
less motivated to do it. I'm still shocked I golded Mask Keeper with a Doubt Mask. That means I've got at least 15 seconds or so to save on that split still. Alright, I think PB is still doable. 146 is probably not reasonable. But PB is definitely still viable, so I will keep going. I mean, not that this is a no reset run, but like there's zero reason to reset this at this point, so I don't know why I'm saying, oh, I'll continue this. I'm an hour 10 minutes into an hour 40-minute run. Obviously, I'm going to continue this. I am very hyped for ZA, yeah. I was actually talking earlier in the stream about, I kind of wish I had a little bit more time before ZA so I could do like a proper Scarlet Violet send-off or something. But my next weekend is kind of slammed.
This place is huge.
In terms of other commitments,
Expedition
so
67 for destroying a lot of the walls to get further. Couldn't progress.
I won't
without
have
that.
time to do something super long.
like
I could
home.
break it up into 2 streams, actually. Is anyone from PSR here? I have a rules question. I could just look it up, but I'm busy. Spider, what are the break rules for Scarlet and Violet for like the long categories? All right, CL Immaculate in 2, and then Verso needs Energizing Start 1.
What's that?
It's single session, not across days. Okay, that
It works for
makes
Savannah.
sense. Unfortunate, but it does
So
make
he
sense.
creates all of that for her.
We should take it out.
I could still do it across
Get
2
advantage
days.
against Siren.
It just wouldn't be submittable. Maybe I'll do that. Tentatively, that's my plan. Do it like Monday, Tuesday that week. Wednesday, I'll have FOMO because I'm not in Australia. All right, so funny enough, on Expert, Glissando only gets 1 attack, but on Story, he gets 2. So we would like 2 fast attacks.
Fucking good.
This is not a fast attack. It's very easy, but...
Show me what you can do.
This is fast, though. Good.
I can do it.
Last ditch effort. Got this.
Oh, come on. Dude, no. Hit the freaking right trigger. Good lord. Ugh, that's frustrating. Okay. Yeah, I mean, new game release day, I always say I'm going to avoid Twitch, and I have the willpower of, like, a squirrel. I cannot help myself, and I have to start watching people. I try not to, but I always end up doing it. Alright, male, augmented first strike. Let's do it. This, there, that. Yeah, it's it has been a while for Pokemon in the best way possible. Like, I'm happy they've taken their time. I'm hoping that it runs really well, especially on Switch 2.
Finally there.
She's waiting at the end of this tunnel.
I'm hoping I enjoy it
Then
as a
we should
speedrun.
prepare before we head there. She's even grander than I thought.
Renee, You're okay, right?
I swear I've seen this dance before.
Let's carve apart. Let's go fast. I've lived through worse.
Do me. Eyes don't lie.
This newer route does a little bit less damage, which is why, like, normally she dies actually on the gradient attack itself. Not even with the firing shadow at the end, and then especially not with the burn at the end. But we are doing a little bit less damage because we actually keep using the level 9 Sealsin, which saves a bunch of resplendent chroma catalysts, which allows us to upgrade Male's Metalum a lot more at the end, which yields a faster Renoir fight. So we sacrifice like a turn, and even then it's like a single party member's turn. It's not even a enemy turn.
We can finally
Because the Seren fight was like the reason why you would upgrade Sealsin, and then Sealsin would be upgraded so you wouldn't have to switch to Tisserand here in the Monolith. But now you can leave the Sealsin at level 9, and you can upgrade, or you can just switch to the Tisserand here, which comes in at level 13, I believe it is. Alright, we throw Minoko in the party. We're going to use the fake Paintress fight to set CL to low health by killing her by healing her. And then we need Minoko in the party just so he can actually, like, quote-unquote, win the fight. And we use Minoko specifically because he has 0 investment in him at all, which means he is slower than the Paintress, so he's only going to have to skip a single turn. And the Paintress is going to get all 3 of her turns in between. Alright. I only remember seeing the one recoat. I do need 2. There is one to pick up in the Lumiere section here. So if I am down a recoat, I will grab that. It's not too far out of the way.
The monolith?
I don't know what the
What was
optimal
that
movement to
thing?
grab it is.
Why did it help us
My only,
inside?
not hesitation, but the only thing I'm thinking
Are
about.
you all right, Mael?
Up there. She's the Paintress. She's up there.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
And then we can't menu until we get weakness gain. which is in the
Her heart is above us.
Stonewave Cliffs section.
I guess we head up then. Verso, what was that?
I don't know.
Fire. Again.
Again. Teaching her children to paint, huh?
Oops.
Who is she fighting?
Her husband?
Okay. Alright, here's weakness gain. After this point, I can menu at any time.
An advantage.
The most optimal place to menu is actually a very stressful spot. So I tend to menu in an unoptimal spot because of that. Basically, what you want to try to do with a lot of your menus is you want to menu at times where you're like jumping off of a cliff and you have to roll at the bottom, because you can do that movement. Like you maintain some momentum when you open the menu, so you can like do that movement while you're menuing. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Because I can't run away because Minoko doesn't have first strike.
So be it.
Oh, that's so... I should have gotten a save. Yeah. See, now me talking about doing it at an unoptimal spot, if I had done it at the optimal spot, it would have been basically like here. Which would have saved me. I would have been able to run away. So I think that kills PB, but we'll still keep this going. I haven't run into those guys in a while. I was due. That's another spot you could menu. I just didn't... The menu didn't open in time. So because of that, I'll just wait until after the flag. Darn. That is really unfortunate. That's going to be at least like 20 seconds time loss, if not a little bit more.
These are memories.
How do you know that?
But yeah, essentially that part's dangerous because you still have Minoko in your party. Minoko is the only party member that does not have first strike. And in order to flee from a battle, you need to have everybody in your party attempt to flee. So it would be like CL attempts to flee, and then all of the enemies would get turns, and then Minoko would attempt to flee, and we would successfully flee. Unfortunate. I think this could still 147 though, so that'll be our new goal for today. All right, we only have the one recoat. So we need to grab the extra, which is totally fine. But let's do our menu now. At Death's Door, critical burn, inverted affinity. This. At Death's Door, critical burn, auto rush.
Great.
I don't know if you can jump around that. You probably can, like on the left side. Like I said, I routed in that recoat as a backup, but I never really figured out the optimal movement.
I don't understand.
So?
You okay?
Yeah, fine. Let's keep moving. We're almost at the top.
Alright, Renoir fight a lot, and I mean a lot more tame than the expert version. CL is actually fast enough to go twice before Renoir goes once. So what we end up doing is we set up our sacrifice that puts everyone at low health, and then we can Fortune's Fury again. Renoir gets a single turn, and then we have one more set of party turns. And then he goes, and then he dies, so it's pretty good. All right. All right. That was kind of scuffed, but it worked. So we lost more like 30 seconds with that, which is
We're
fine.
outside.
I think I can
She's
still
there.
147.
I can feel her.
My end
We need to
game
be as prepared
menus
as
can always be a little bit better.
Once we go up, there's
The end game
no
menus in
turning
general are
back.
new to me, so the more I do, the more reps I get, the better it will become. But we gotta get through this fight first.
I'll manage.
How cruel of your father to use you like this.
Let's try it. Watch out, my help. Watch out.
Do you understand what you've done? You killed him! Who are you supposed to be?
Good.
Renoir can grieve however he likes, but I get to grieve my own way.
I'll manage. This will hurt.
Renoir thinks I would not defend myself if he used your face. How little he understands me.
I die. So be it.
Did I dream the fire? These guys are still alive.
Good. Alright, last turn.
I've lived through worse. This will hurt.
No, never. Time to take risks.
Not impressed.
I die, so be it.
Alright, Act 3. So yeah, like I said, the ending is still kind of new to me. I've done it twice in runs now.
I'm in Renoir's atelier.
So the flag itself is pretty
Please get
straightforward.
quick, door
Flag
lane.
menus
End
are
of the
like
corridor,
the
you know where
easiest
it
of the
is.
bunch. The big thing I've been noticing I'm doing on this section that I don't tend to do in other areas, which I don't really know why, is it's a lot of shifting between Mael and CL in menus, and I'm tending to go the
Our
long
parents,
way
He had. I need you to.
when I'm doing these for some reason. Like my
You will
brain
deal
is
with
just
the
like,
right
oh
of
yeah, let me go
our
left
social
to CL.
although, if you, I'll fight this. Can you handle that? Lest you. Good. And
But I've got the recoats I need. Unfortunately, you can't use the recoat that's in Lumiere. That's like on the path. Because you need both recoats before the creation fight. And that recoat is after the last flag before creation.
Your father was the one erasing everyone. Why would he help repaint everything?
I hid the canvas before I entered, so Maman can't come back again. There's no need to erase the canvas anymore.
He'll want you to go home. Are you?
Is he bad? But
Save it. I don't.
Oh my god. I just remembered something I did last night. I couldn't find CL.
And that.
CL.
Oh, please.
Thank you.
As long.
You got it.
For some reason, in this section, I like didn't want to turn my camera. So I was just aimlessly running around trying to find her. And it did not go well. I literally probably spent 10 seconds looking for her. So I didn't even find her all that fast this time, but it was definitely better than last night.
We have.
I'm surprised.
He's been.
And my gold on this split is fake.
You're fine.
It uses a strategy that is not compatible with the splits I have, basically. It would involve some investment, time investment earlier.
What would you have done?
I wouldn't have.
So you...
That's your...
Knowing what? I don't...
So the PB split is accurate, but the gold should be ignored here.
Once we're ready, we can head to Lumiere.
flash through the sky.
Right.
These expeditioners are glorious wreakers of havoc.
So yeah, basically the strategy for the final fight that makes it reasonable is we really want to... So there are kind of like a couple of different ways you can do the final fight. One of them involves fighting one of these aberrations and getting shortcut, which when your health drops below 30%, you get an extra turn once in a battle. However, one of the drawbacks to that strat, specifically because of current patch stuff, current patch, the main move we use with Mael has been nerfed. One of the downsides to that is it generally will take 4 turns in order to... 4 of Mael's turns. You last chance to get to go again while you're at low health. You Stendhal, and then you end up using your Virtuose Strike, which puts you back in Virtuose Stance, and then you Stendhal again. The problem with doing that is Inverted Affinity only lasts for 3 turns. So your final Stendhal is actually while you are not inverted, which gives you like a 30% debuff because like you no longer get that 30% buff for being inverted. So instead, I'm going to go into the fight at low health, which means I can't use shortcut because I'm never dropping below 30% health. Let me get by this guy first before I explain the rest. Okay, so the kicker, though, is while shortcut does not work unless you drop below the health threshold, SOS power does. SOS power works as long as your final HP is below the health threshold. So you can drop from 20% health to 10% health, and SOS power will still trigger. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up low health on creation while I'm fleeing, which will put me at 1 HP. Then, after that, I'm going to equip Painted Power, which will quintuple my HP, or basically quadruple my HP, my max HP. And when your HP changes out of battle, they keep the percentage the same. So because I'm going from like 1 out of 500, I'll end up being at like 4 out of 2000 HP. Which will allow me to trigger SOS power with a last chance.
Almost there.
It's a really neat mechanic thing. It's used in the Simon run. That's where I took it from. Remove you, add you. You want this, and this, and that's it. If we didn't have any recoats during the run, I would have picked up the one in Lumiere and then bought one here, but I do not have to talk to him if I do not want.
Papa is somewhere past the gardens.
Funny little thing here, Mael needs both a little bit more agility and a little bit more might. But because the Metallum is scaling based on agility, I can actually just do it that way. Alright, so we want to get the move Intervention. It allows the ally to go a second time. And then Mael wants Stendhal, which is her main damage dealing, as well as Last Chance. Nope, you're not done. Okay, now you're done. So now CL is fast enough to go twice before Creation and its buddies go.
We need to defeat them.
So what we'll do is we'll do Last Chance with Mael to put her at 1 HP. We'll Intervention Mael, and then Mael and CL will get a second turn before Creation can go, and then we can flee from there. So there's our Last Chance. Intervention. Now we run away. Alright, and then one final menu here. We want to remove everything and add Dodger. Shoot, I don't know what you just had. What did I just remove? This needs to be Energizing Turn. I'll give you Inverted Affinity. I'm guessing that's what it was. And then you want Auto Rush, Painted Power, and you want Immaculate. You want First Strike and Augmented First Strike, and then you want to remove First Strike and add Auto Rush.
Pause over there.
I removed something of Verso's that I'm hoping
Even I can sense him.
is fine.
We'd better make sure we're ready.
The main thing that we're trying to do on this fight is Verso does not have First Strike intentionally, but Verso needs to go before CL on turn 2. We are good. Okay. So that does about 410 without a crit, which is enough because he only has 408.
Stop this insanity. It's time to go home.
And then he gets Desandre Canvas, and then he's going to get an attack as well.
This selfish.
So we just need to dodge the one attack. I did get the slowest attack last night. So we set up a mark. We last chance, which sets up virtuoso stance and SOS power. And then we intervention. It's a bit of both. I in general I like the variety of having the expert run and the story run and all that kind of stuff. And so I want to get decent times in both. My time in this category was not what I would consider very good. And so there have been route improvements that I've tried to put in. The problem is, like, everyone runs on PC, which is fine. It's just I can't run on PC, which means I can't run down patched, which means I have to go on current patch. And if I'm going on current patch, I basically have to incorporate everything myself because you have to do different things on at least 2 fights. Which again, I'm fine with. Like, I enjoy the routing process. It's just, it is tricky in that regard. Whereas like expert is routed with current patch in mind. But GG. Not a PB, but it is probably worth me submitting this one over my run last night just because it is a live PB, or it's a live streamed run as opposed to just offline runs. I've enjoyed running this game offline, but the PB videos are kind of unfortunate because it's like, I don't know, no one's just gonna like watch it, you know?
Please, listen.
All right. Do I want to run it back? Do I want to run expert? What do I want to do right now?
Unpaint me. Unpaint me.
All right, well, let's quickly take a look at the run. So Lampmaster went off the walls. It had the potential to be really fast and then just not really fast. It had the potential to not lose time. And then I stuffed it up and I got bad targeting. Everything from then until Renoir 2 was fine. And then on Renoir 2, I got that extra encounter, which I had to reload because I still had Minoko in my party. And I saved a few seconds. So this would have, if I didn't get that encounter, this would have been pretty close to PB, if not PB. But yeah. Yeah, this, like, a 146 is completely possible, if not lower. 146 is reasonable, I think, without, like, a big grind, I would say. From me. Other people could probably get it quick, but yeah. Alright, what do I want to do? Do I want to run this back? If I'm going to run it back, I do need to do something.